Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, so we've been practicing and playing every week with being able to slow down, stop, tune into our own ability to be able to receive information, guidance for ourselves. And we do that with our breath. So we stop, we take 3 long inhales and exhales, and then we let go and we become curious and we ask specific questions. And when we become curious, it opens ourselves up to be able to receive something maybe that we couldn't see or hear or know before. All right, so let's go ahead and practice and play along. And remember, as I talk, your job is to be able to listen and notice, well, is that true for me? Is it not true for me? Is that true for somebody else? And you may actually get more information about a topic for yourself as we play in this little space, all right? So hope you're playing along and sharing it with your friends, and let's start, okay? So let's go with what's available for us this week. So let's tune into that, and first we're going to take a few deep breaths, let go, and see what's available. Okay, so right away this week opens up with, I'm reminded that we have a Mercury is going retrograde as of yesterday, August 12th through September 6th, so 5th. So it's a great time for us to be able to reconnect with people, redo things. Sometimes it allows us to be able to see things that we couldn't see before in terms of our own things that need to be handled differently or redone, right? So if you've got a project you need to redo, go back to, finish, rewrite, re-edit, redecorate. These are all things that you may be doing this week. Now, for some of us, you may hear from a friend that you haven't heard from in a long time. An opportunity to get together. Could also be a business situation where something that you applied for and completely forgot about, or asked a favor of someone, comes back around and they're really ready, willing, and able to offer you support or to give you what you need. So you could be hearing about that this week. This is also, you may also find, as we know in the news, there's a lot of difficult things that are happening here, especially in the U.S. with opinions, right, and beliefs, and so there's this friction that's happening. So you may be asked to take a stand or take a side. So there's this percolating of old beliefs and old systems that are being revealed, right? And so our job is to help to pull those apart, right? To help watch them crumble. It's the past, it's old, right? So it's about redoing, recreating, and we do this with simplicity, with love. The truth is always simple, right? It's not complicated, it's not complex. So there's an opportunity this week for us to be able to give our opinion, to be able to support and align with other people. And you want to be able to, so you also may be confronted with your own personal things, not just global, not just socially, but you may find yourself looking at yourself and seeing things about yourself that you want to change, that you want to redo on, right? You may have somebody coming up to you and saying, hey, there was something that got under my skin 6 months ago. I want to talk about it with you. So there may be some stuff that comes up around you or in your life where people are showing you things that maybe aren't so great and that you want to change about yourself. So just know that this is kind of like a reflection that's happening, and it's happening personally. It's also happening globally. And our job is not to be afraid of it, but our job is to be able to bring love to it, look at ourselves, self-acceptance, and understanding and love, and move forward and recreate from that. So there's an opportunity the universe is sharing with us this week to start that process of recreating something that is better, that is completely inclusive, where no one is left out, and it begins with ourselves. So you're being shown that in your personal life that may come up for you to do. Okay. Also great spiritual inspiration this week. Lots of opportunity to be able to connect spiritually for anything that you want and or desire. Like the universe is wide open. It's like ask for it. It's a really crystal clear time in terms of you being able to put out what you want in the world, right? What you're asking for. It's not so much on a physical level the communication is going to be jarred and challenged and misrepresented, and because that's kind of what Mercury does, right? It creates confusion, it creates problems with our electronics, problems with our cars. You know, some of us are going to be dealing with broken refrigerators and pipes breaking, and challenges with Wi-Fi, and all these kind of like mystery things that happen during this time. So, we want to be cool and calm and not have it get under our skin. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Yeah, okay, so for some of us, there's been some great, huge opportunities that are showing up this week that you're on a roll, that have already started, and nothing is going to get it in the way. This retrograde, what's going on politically, what's going on socially, nothing, right? Like your life is so big and is going such a warp speed, like really fast forward, that you want to catch that momentum. And if you're somebody who is tentative and you've had these whispers in your mind of like, oh, I should be doing this, and maybe I should reach out to that person, or maybe I should start a blog, or maybe now's the time to do it. Like, don't be afraid. Like, start to gain some momentum for yourself. Now, I know that I said that, this retrograde, you're not really supposed to start things, but if it's something that you have started in the past and you want to pick up, or that you've done a little bit but you haven't really put it forward, or then it's fine because you've already sort of put it out there. The other thing is that you can actually make phone calls behind the scene and talk to people and move things forward that way without projecting it out. It's not the best time to sign a lease. It's not the best time to accept a new job offer. But you know what? If it comes in and you can't stall until the first week of September, then don't. Then just take it. Do the best you can with looking at the details. The reason you don't want to take it is because details, things like that, can be dropped out, left out, forgotten about. And then when Mercury goes forward, which is the planet of communication, then all of a sudden you start to see these little things that were left out or dropped out. And that's the reason why you really don't want to buy any big products, or make any big purchases, or switch jobs, or make a decision about a relationship, that sort of stuff, right? But if it's something that's been put in action, then it's okay. All right, so what else is in store for us this week? So it's a really good time to write, create, generate what you want. Behind the scenes, writing, creating, editing. Terrific time for doing that. You may also find that this is a great time to be pampered. Many of you may be going on vacation or just gotten back from vacation, and there's with this energy, we can slow down. We're not going to feel as rushed. So you can have a little more time, even though it feels like you've got maybe kids going back to school, or you're going back to school, all this craziness. You can still take time to slow down and breathe. You're going to feel like there's more space, like you have more room to get things done, like you have a little more time on your hands. So you're going to notice that, this is one of the blessings of a retrograde, is that there is just, the energy is a little bit slower and more open, right? So that, with these eclipses that we've gotten going on, this is why the retrograde is kind of like secondary, because there's a bigger opening for us to shine. So we don't have to be as shy about moving forward. We don't have to be as shy about asking for help, because there's this big energy of these eclipses that have just happened. The one that just happened a couple weeks ago, the full moon in Aquarius, and then there's going to be a new moon in Leo in 2 weeks. So these eclipses are pushing the energy out. So we're having more opportunity to shine, more opportunity to be seen. For some of you, it may even be that there was something that you touched on, radio, TV, that may be coming back around for you. It could be also, some of you had ideas that you wanted to pitch, whether it's to your boss or whether it's to a new creative person, or somebody you have really always wanted to work with. Now's the time to think about who do I idolize? Who have I always wanted to work with? Now's the time to reach out and connect and ask, and represent yourself. So it's a good time to move forward, in spite of kind of like the energy that's going on, because there's this big opening that's happening for us. All right, so let's see what else is going on this week that we need to be aware of, or anything we need to be on the lookout for. Yeah, you want to take care of yourself. For sure, you need to take care of yourself this week. You want to make sure that you're not getting caught up in old ideas or old conversations that are holding you back. So do your own work, right? Do your own inner work. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid, read books, do affirmations, call me, right? Whatever you need to do to get out of your own way so you feel comfortable in capitalizing on your life and the things that are going on for you. All right, let's see if there's anything else that is loud and clear that we need to pay attention to. Yeah, you don't want to, sometimes we all need a break, right? But we don't want to give up. So, sometimes you just get tired and you get tired of pushing and trying so hard. And it's like, oh, when am I ever going to catch a break? So you want to remember, like, don't give up. Just keep going and ask for help. Because I feel like some of you who've been pushing so hard, you're going to get your break. So just pay attention. And especially at this week, it feels like there could be something on Wednesday and Thursday from the past that comes in that really celebrates you and that really gives you the next opportunity. Now, also, some of you will have endings, right? Some of you have had endings, whether it's a relationship breakup, whether you've just left your job, whether you've just left your career. There's some scary things that have just happened, for yourself. And that's okay. It's okay. It's movement, right? And so whenever we have movement, it can bring up our fear. But just know that you always go where your focus is, right? So put your focus on where you want to go, not what you don't want to have happen. So just make that small tweak about, this is where I want to go, this is kind of job I want to have, this is kind of person I want to have in my life. I need a new roommate, I need a pet, I need somebody to help me with my kids. Put it out there and then just start making phone calls, because I feel like you're going to have so many people who want to pitch in and help. This is the week that a lot of answers can come in and a lot of results can happen. So don't be afraid to go back and redo and ask for what you want and pick up the phone. And even if it was somebody you contacted 3 or 6 months ago, go back and recontact them again. Okay, so this week is all about, let's just wrap this up because I feel like the information is just really looping here, which is always a sign that either ask another question or we're done, right? So let's see, anything else to sum this up? So this week, you really have to take care of yourself, and you really have to stay focused and not let the outside world bleed in too much into what you need to do, into what you need to accomplish for yourself. And it's hard for us to keep our focus on what we need to be doing when there's all this chaos out here. But if you put up some good boundaries and say, no, this is what I'm going to do, what will happen is the boundaries will get even wider. In other words, you'll have more breathing room. You'll have a greater sensitivity to your own needs and being able to take care of yourself and being able to get things done that you need to get done. And then there's they're showing me a nice surprise, a nice gift on Friday, that just this culmination, like of a bow, like this present, and it's completely wrapped and it's delivered on Friday. So some hopes, dreams, or wishes, something that you have wanted, maybe wanted for a long time, can come in on this Friday. So have a wonderful week, everybody. It feels like, in spite of kind of like the mayhem that's going out there, you can create tranquility for yourself, take care of yourself, be responsible, look at your own stuff, right? Do our own work. And in doing that, that reflects out into the world, makes the world a better place. All right, you guys, enjoy this time. Really capitalize on yourself, on who you are, on your presence, and put it out there. And don't be afraid to ask for help. All right, have a terrific week, everyone. Thanks for viewing and sharing and commenting with these weekly wake-ups, and I appreciate you all. Have a terrific week, and I'll see you again next week.